to criticize America. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Today, I just want to, this thing that's been in the news for the last week or so about people criticizing this country and people telling people they should leave this country if they don't like what they see in this country. I put a video out yesterday, and it was a reminder of how much hatred Obama got from a lot of people on the right. And it really wasn't even about his policies a lot. It was just about him personally. And our so-called commander-in-chief in office now, he's trying to hold everybody to a standard that he do not hold himself to. Do y'all remember when Trump said, when they was talking about Russia and how big of a dictator Putin was and some of the crimes he had committed against his people and against the media there? And Trump said something to the effect as in, America has killed people also. America have really done some unspeakable things in this world. Do y'all remember when Trump said that? Because it seemed like we have all forgotten that. We have all forgotten the things that Trump said. Did we remember when Trump said Obama was not part of this country? He was not born in this country. He needed to show his birth certificate. Do y'all remember when he said Obama was a failure? He basically was the worst president ever. Do y'all remember all this stuff that Trump said? Because I'm a little confused here. I see all these Democrats and even some Democrats and Republicans, they jumping on this bandwagon saying, oh, if you don't belong, if you don't like this country, get lost. Why wasn't y'all saying that when Obama was in office? Why? I don't understand the double standards here. I don't understand why when black and brown people want to complain about the conditions in this country, our choice is to leave. But when a white person want to complain about in this country, everybody goes silent. How many people turned on Fox News when Obama was in office and heard all that hatred from Glenn Beck? How many of y'all people was in office, or how many people turned on Fox when Sean Hannity came on every night and criticized this country? Because basically, when you criticize the president, you're criticizing the country. Because the president is a representative of this country. So I'm just trying to understand why there's a double standard in this country. Now, we can go even one step further. Let's talk about Colin Kilpatrick, and we're going to talk about the squad. Now, when Colin took a knee in respect of the flag, and the reason why he did the knee thing was because a United States SEAL, Navy SEAL, told him that was the best route to go. A SEAL. Now, for some strange reason, when you got militia groups out there in the Midwest thinking about taking over this country, no one is rounding them up and saying, look, if you don't like what you see in this country, leave. I'm confused here. I'm really confused. And I'm confused to the point where it seems like no one really cares about black and brown issues. We just said the people who are saying something about those black and brown issues should leave this country if they don't like it. And that's the part I don't get. That's the part I don't understand. Why do we have to leave when we have a complaint? I don't get that. I don't understand that. Did I miss something along the way? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But it's just hard for me to understand. Then we have these Then we have these people who are supposed to be black siding with these people. They're taking up for those same people who are saying we have no right to speak up. The Anthony Brown Logans, the Candace Owens, the Brandon Tatums, the Patricia Dixons. They're on the side of these same people, the same people who are saying people, black and brown people, don't have the right to speak up. I just don't understand it. You know, I went through YouTube yesterday. I went back and looked through all these YouTube pages and all the criticism throughout the last 8-9 years that white people have said against this country, and no one have uttered those words to leave this country if you're not satisfied. No one. And that's very disturbing to me, that we live in a world where we can actually watch people say things and don't call them out. But once we say something, everybody want to call us out. The president of the United States sat up and said, Americans, we are killers. We have done unthinkable things in this world. Donald Trump himself said that. Donald Trump said that. It wasn't a brown person or a black person who said that. That was Donald Trump. Donald Trump said that. And a lot of people, anybody who has a brain should understand what Donald Trump is doing to this country. Donald Trump is ripping this country apart. It would never be the same again because of Donald Trump. But you have all these so-called Ivy League school people in this country don't want to see that. They want to turn a blind eye to that. And it's like, why? Do these people understand that when this country, from the day this country was formed, brown, black, and red people was nothing. Never had an opinion in this country. Never had an opinion. Just think about that. We talk about slavery in this country. Some of y'all just want to talk about Democrats who had slaves. But no one want to talk about George Washington. Nobody want to talk about Thomas Jefferson, Adams, Jackson, any other of those presidents who had slaves. No one want to talk about that. We always been a negative outlook in America. Always. Think about this right here. Indians, the real Native Americans in this country, they wasn't citizens until 1924 when they allowed them to become citizens. 1924. Come on. Because they're red. They're not white. You think about all these white people who came here from Italy, from England, from Sweden, from Germany. All these other people who immigrated to this country became citizens before the red man did. Think about that for a second. Black people bust their tail in this country, and they didn't get citizenship in this country until I think 1870, something like that, I believe. And they wasn't even citizens in this country. So y'all got to understand that when white people, when they come at you and they come at you a certain way, they're telling you that you don't belong because they never wanted you here in the first place. They only wanted you here to clean, cook, and do your yard and do their yard work. Just like they want the brown people here now to do their yard work. That's the only thing you're good for in their eyes. They don't want to hear you. You remember the old saying? I think the old saying was, if you're a child, it's good to be seen, not heard. And that's what white society tells us minorities. It's okay to see you, but we don't want to hear you. And that's the problem. They don't think we have a voice. They think we shouldn't have a voice. Because once we speak up, and talk about certain things, we are the racists. And the only thing we're doing is defending ourselves. That's it. That's all we're doing is defending ourselves. No more, no less. But we don't have a voice. And that's why Trump have this country in turmoil right now, because he got all these people thinking that black, brown, and red people do not have a voice in this country. We do not have the right to speak up because they consider us not being Americans. We are not Americans in their eyes because we are not white. Our skin is not light enough for them. A lot of people can disagree with me all they want. I can care less. But the problem is that's the truth. And a lot of people don't want to speak the truth. That's why when you turn your TV on, you see all these people defending Trump. Because no one want to hear the truth. They want to run from the truth. But there is double standards in this country. There are double standards when it comes to black, brown, and red people speaking up and when white people speak up. White people can say anything they want to say in this country and no one tells them to leave. No one tells them to leave. Like I just pointed out, Donald Trump sat here on national television in an interview and said that the American government have killed people. They are no better than Russia. That's what today's commander-in-chief said about this country. How many of these white people got it up in arm about that? How many of those Republicans went after Trump for making that statement? How many of these black Trump supporters went after Trump for doing that shit? How many? How many did you speak out? How many of these people told Trump, if you don't like it, step down and leave the country? None of them. None of them at all. It's double standards. White people can do things that black, brown, and red people can't do. And that's why when it comes to black people, we need to start standing together as one and understand that. I can't hear you, Green Tea. Thank you for showing up, man. Appreciate you coming by. But it's to the point where we need to stop fighting amongst ourselves, because we're making ourselves look bad. When you see these black Trump supporters supporting Trump, and they know for a fact that Trump has said things against this country, and they still support him, they still make excuses for him. But when somebody just like them says something, they want to criticize them. That's crazy. That is really crazy. And I can't understand that to save my life. I really can't. I don't understand that. I don't really get it. It just mind-boggling. What are these people thinking? What's going through their minds at this point? I just don't. I really don't. But I just want us to realize that we need to start standing together as one people. Because as long as we're divided on all these different issues, no matter if you like the issue or dislike the issue, we need to start standing together and try to build a coalition so we can fight this racism. Because we're not fighting racism right now. We're fighting in 10 different directions, and it's not helping us at all. We're even suffering even more. That's true. It's money. Money is the issue to them. That's what they want. They want money. They think money and power is the way to go. But it's not doing no good because they're not getting in the word. They're being used anyway. They're being used. Bottom line, they're being used. But the thing about it is, though, it's like, for instance, I disagree with Tone Talk on reparations. But at the same time, I respect him. I respect him. And I would like to give my opinion what we should be doing about reparations. But I'm not going to fight against my brother. I might disagree with him and give him my point of view. But if he get reparations, that's fine. If he don't, that's fine. I'm not going to knock the brother for trying, because he's trying. He's out in the streets trying to get the word out. So it is what it is. But this is what I'm talking about. We don't have to agree on everything, but we need to support each other in a positive light. Because if we don't support each other in a positive light, no one else will. And this right here is a prime example of what I'm talking about. black, brown, and purple people, red people rather, cannot voice their opinion in this country. They cannot. They cannot voice their opinion. And that's sad. Here it is 2019, and we still got to fight to get our word out. And then we got to fight, not only have to fight the white people, we got to fight our own people to get our word out. That's double trouble for us now. We fighting our own people to get our own word out. That's sickening. That's sad. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But Green Tea, I really appreciate you stopping by. You don't want came through, but I appreciate it. But like I said, if you take anything away from this message, we need to come together as one. And we need to stop all this infighting. Because if we don't protect each other, no one else will. Bottom line. So y'all have a good day.